What is going on, everybody? Welcome to this Monday edition of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Eric, Mr. Cincinnati Robinson, and I'm joined, as always, by the Foul Mouth podcast dad himself, Chris Hoops. Choops, how we doing, buddy?
Foul mouth.
I
What
mean,
I have
that
not
was,
said anything on the show that you could say that for.
yeah,
What I
well,
say off the show is between me and you, pal.
I know, but that was even for you. I mean, yeah,
It was
accurate,
pretty good.
factual. It fits.
It was pretty good.
It's good.
You were surprised that I knew that term.
I wasn't surprised that you knew that term. No, that's not even what it's about. Anyway, we're getting off the rails here. As always, hit that QR code in the top left corner. Like, share, subscribe. Help us to run those numbers. Subscribe to Main Event Network on all social media platforms as well at mainevent_net. Some great interviews that we're going to be dropping this week. Stump This Mark is coming, I promise. It's been a long weekend. But other than that, I mean,
Go check out the mixer. Go check out the mixer.
Yes. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with Kyle and Ian of the On the Mark podcast for the first of many main event mixers. If you've not had a chance to check that out, head on over to the Main Event Network YouTube channel. We get into a little bit of everything. We gave our predictions for NXT Vengeance Day and talked about what I think is going to take up the majority of our time tonight is the revelation that Cody Rhodes will not be challenging Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. With 4 words, Cody Rhodes drastically altered the landscape of WWE, and during one of the peak times of the year. I mean, we've had a few days to kind of sit and think about this, but I'm going to kick this over to you. What do you think about this, that Cody is essentially abdicating his title match at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I was all on board with Rock and Roman. I think I've been on this show and said it, like, hey, I want to see Rock Roman at Mania. And then we got it, and I feel some kind of way, man. Like, I don't love it. I hate it for Cody. You could tell, like, Cody just didn't look super happy with it. We have seen just craziness online, which kind of sucks, but we've seen a lot of negativity come out. Like, tweeting at Ava Raine is awful. Like, leave her alone. It's not her fault. The most disliked YouTube video that they've ever had is that video. Yeah, I think there's a big backlash with it, and whether they go and change their plans a la WrestleMania 30 with Daniel Bryan, like, I mean, there is enough pushback that I think maybe they could alter the plans. It depends on if they're stuck in their ways, and the thing too makes it a little different than WrestleMania 30 is the 2 participants in the match were Batista and Randy Orton. This year it's Roman and The Rock, and The Rock is on the board of directors and seems to have a lot of control over what's going to happen. So that is kind of my only pause is The Rock going to give up that spot? Nothing was said between The Rock and Roman. Cody did say, I'm not going to do it at WrestleMania, so we don't know what's going to happen. Let's wait and see what happens. But if everything was what happening is what we're assuming, I don't love it, and I'm shocked that I'm saying that.
Yeah, I mean, this just feels like a swerve for a swerve's sake. And I mean, think about this. This is WrestleMania 40 coming up. So for the better part of 30 years, you win the Rumble, you go on to WrestleMania. There have been some exceptions to that rule, but nothing quite like this. Nothing quite like the winner saying, I'm not going to do this here. I'm not going to do this right now. That makes 0 sense. We have built this story for the last year of finishing the story to the point that it is a tagline for this year's 2K24, to the point that it's really starting to become one of the most annoying phrases in pro wrestling right now, because it just seems to permeate everything that we do and everything that we think about, especially on over the next few months. But this just makes 0 sense. I mean, what's the point of having Cody point right to Roman after winning the Rumble? What's the point of even having Cody win the Rumble unless it's just to give him the accolade because he's the new face of the company with everything that he
Mhm.
does, and he
Mhm.
truly is a workhorse in and out of the ring. It just I don't know. They make it make sense.
So to play devil's advocate on that part,
Okay,
they didn't know Punk was hurt. How much has
true.
the Punk injury changed the overall landscape of the WrestleMania card? How much has the Brock Lesnar controversy changed the overall landscape of the WrestleMania card? We don't know. Is this a reaction to Punk being out? Is this a reaction to Brock being out? Like, what did they just see something and panic? We don't know. But I would have to think if the plan was to have Rock and Roman the entire time, Cody wouldn't have won the Rumble. I would
Yeah,
you would have to think that they wouldn't have done that. So I think the Punk injury looms large over everything that we're seeing.
and I'm sure that it does. I mean, there's still ways that they can get out of this situation. I mean, the easiest idea is something that's been thrown around basically for a year. Roman works both nights of WrestleMania, which I don't think is the worst idea in the world, quite frankly. Um, you still get your match with Rock. That's a night one opener, kickoff Saturday night, or main event Saturday night hot, and then Cody finishes the story night two. I mean, we can still find ourselves getting there, but I mean, this is just like and what's even crazier is now we've got the press conference coming on Thursday. It's been a long time since they've done a WrestleMania press conference where they've made it kind of a this is a program that's going to have some importance to the story of what's going to happen at WrestleMania. I mean, to the point that they're selling tickets to the
Just to
public
say,
for this press conference. $2,500 for the most exclusive experience to enjoy this press conference. I mean, they're anticipating something big here, which is and I love that they're. I mean, I love that they ended SmackDown on a cliffhanger to build to the press conference. That is some jujitsu level psychological just mind effery, and I am okay with that. I'm still just hoping something happens here to where Cody is not is no longer the term that you used off camera.
yes, and we won't use that term here because it's a
No,
family show.
it is a family show.
But Cody's got a big match tonight too. I mean, he's in a bull rope match with Shinsuke, so that's a fun match. But do we see further tease with Seth Rollins? Do we see any interaction with Seth Rollins? Like like tonight's Raw is interesting because I want to know what they're going to
Yeah,
do because Cody's advertised for the next two SmackDowns, so he's going to be
yeah.
there. So what does this mean? Are they kind of doing the old school way of kind of just dangling the Royal Rumble winner over both shows for a little bit and then figuring out who we're challenging? But like I just I want to see him finish the story. And we had talked about it earlier in the year. Like if he doesn't do it this year, then I don't. I'm pretty much
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know how you keep Cody Rhodes this white hot as the hunter for another year. I didn't think we.
Hunter,
I barely thought that we would get through. Yeah, you see what I did there. I barely thought we would get through this year with it,
and they
and
did.
yeah, and now almost, and then now we've got this,
Yeah,
and we've got to dissect and figure out kind of what the plan is here and what it is that they're going to do now. I mean, it sounds like there was a lot of, of course, heavy influence because now The Rock has a seat on the board. He has more power than Triple H does. That's just what it is.
crazy.
And now it just seems like there was this push, and he feels like he is the only one that can be a draw here. And I don't know if that is again reactionary because of the Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk. I don't know. I mean, if I had to guess, I think it is. Um, but this is just
Yeah,
I wanted this match not like this,
not like this.
not like this.
Exactly. Like same thing. I want this match. I really do want this match, just not in this way. I don't want it.
Yeah,
I don't. It doesn't need to be for the title. They don't need a championship for it. Like they just. It's for the head of the table. Like that's fine. Label it that.
yeah.
I don't. Will it do great business? Sure. Will a lot of people watch it? Sure. But like you have now potentially in night two of WrestleMania two part timers in your biggest match of the year.
And
What's
one of those part timers has not had a full length Mania match in over 10 years.
and will probably be his last match.
We don't know that.
We
I mean,
don't, but
at this point, I mean, if he's got a board seat and he's had such heavy influence that he has been factored into the WrestleMania plans a week after that happening, you know, let's again think about it this way: Young Rock canceled after 4 seasons. Black Adam was a commercial bust. XFL lost $50 to $60 million, had to merge with the USFL just to stick around. Um, he needs a win here, and getting a chance to go to WrestleMania main event, whether he wins or loses, is a check in that win column that he very sorely needs right now.
I guess I can't wait to see corporate Dwayne on my television every week.
I mean, if Rocky turns heel, I think I would be okay with that. I would want to see how that goes. If we're
no,
gonna do this, we might
no.
lean into it.
I don't need another authority figure. I don't care if it's The Rock.
I don't want to see him on TV all the time or anything like that. But I do want to see heel Rock again.
No, I don't. I want to see The Rock, just not right now. Not this way, Rocky. Not this way.
Yeah.
To quote a Jim Ross. Sorry, am I keeping you for something?
No, I'm just checking my notes. Is that a problem?
Am I keeping you from something? Are you busy tonight?
No, I'm not busy.
You don't have time for me after I see you most days of the week. Now you don't have time for me.
I have plenty of time for you, buddy. All right, relax.
Okay.
Anyway,
you know what I have plenty of time for?
Yeah.
Trick versus Mello. All right, I got a 2-part question for you. 2-part question right off the bat. Did the wait? Oh, I'm out of focus. Did the wait pay off? And then 2, where does this leave Ilya for Stand and Deliver? Take either one.
Overall, yes, it did. I was a little worried about how they were going to play into the knee injury angle, but the fact that he essentially Pillmanized the knee, okay, that's fine. I mean, we're still waiting to hear him explain his actions, which it sounds like he's going to do tomorrow night. I'm still waiting for him to confirm that it was him, because I mean that's a loose end that you set up so long ago that you have to come back to it. If they don't, I don't know, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. But it's gonna be a fun match regardless. I mean, Mello is a natural heel. He is. I don't know. I prefer him as a heel personally. So this is gonna be fun. He gets to make magic with Trick. We know that they're gonna cook. We know they're gonna deliver. So I'm cool with it. Yeah. As far as Ilya goes, I have no idea. I have no idea who they have lined up. I am hoping that whoever is being teased in that graphic that we saw last night, I'm hoping that that's his Stand and Deliver story. I really do, because I can't really think of anybody on the roster right now that you can heat up fast enough to be ready for was essentially a Mania match for Ilya.
Yeah, I don't. So I'll take the first one. I think the moment that it happened and the subsequent attack, reaction to the fans, everything, it paid off. Like, we were wanting it. We finally got it. It paid off. I'm happy with how it paid off. I'm ready for heel Mello. I'm ready for this program to go into Stand and Deliver. They have an excuse to have Trick off television for a while with the knee injury, so I'm happy with that, to give Mello kind of weeks to explain, and then we get the Trick return and kind of fire us all up and get ready for it, right? For Ilya, they have one more kind of big show coming up in Roadblock, kind of an NXT TV special, right?
Yeah.
Could you see Mello beating Ilya and that being for the title at Stand and Deliver?
Me personally, no. I don't know. I don't think that this feud needs the title.
I disagree.
It's already okay. I mean, I think it's been personal enough, very much like Gargano and Ciampa, that the blood feud of it all is what I think drives it here.
So I think it does need the title, because I think the storyline has leveled up enough where you get Trick to beat Mello for the title on your biggest show of the year, and you start a brand new era of NXT with Trick Williams leading it as a babyface. He beat Carmelo for the title boom, fireworks, all
Yeah.
that good stuff, right? Like, because either way, this will probably close the show, so you might
Yeah.
as well make it for the biggest prize in NXT rather than have your champion be second to last or third to last with a filler match in between and then the real main event. So why not just put the title on the line in this feud and make it that much bigger? Mello
Yeah.
loves the title. He's him.
Yeah.
He's all of that. He's the champion. Trick comes back. I can beat you. Wins the title again. Boom. What a way to
Yeah. Especially as
start a new year.
yeah, especially as Mello makes his way up to SmackDown, he'd
Mm-hmm.
probably, the ego is big enough that he would want to have the title as he goes to the main roster and have it both ways.
Exactly.
So, all right, okay, I'm sold. I'm sold.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. So let's go to the vignette. Who do you think it is?
Ugh, man,
So it is a Japanese phrase. So
yeah.
let's get it out of the way. You think it's Okada?
Let's say 60-40, yes.
Who's the 40?
This thing, I don't know. Trying to think of what other notable free agents there are right now.
There's one that is pretty much allegedly signed. Pretty much a done deal.
Enlighten me. I don't know.
I think it's Julia.
Okay, especially with all the stuff going on with Bushiroad today and kind of what
Yep.
we're hearing as far as stardom. So, okay, all right.
Yeah. Because, I
That'd be
mean, we
interesting.
heard that like a month or so ago that they're very high on Julia. They're trying to get her. It's pretty much a done deal. All this blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, 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 right? I think it's Julia. I think they're going to bring her in. Lyra doesn't have really a feud going into. They seem to be going Roxanne Lola on that side. So
yeah,
she's you know she's going to need somebody to dance with at Stand to Deliver. What better way to debut somebody and have a debut match than at Stand to Deliver for your biggest women's title? Like I think
yeah.
that's
That's
who it's
fair.
going
Yeah,
to be.
yeah. And actually, can we talk about that match too, please? Mostly
Yeah.
because I'm just so annoyed that here's the first time that they have used this breakout tournament contract like a Money in the Bank, cashing it in at any time. You get to mid match where they really haven't even gotten into their second act yet to cash in for your title, and then you lose. I don't know. I wouldn't set it up for the first time using this as a storyline
Man,
vehicle to set it up for an L for Lola. That just it's stupid.
I I got to disagree with you.
That's okay. That's
Again,
all right.
I think I like the way they did this because they can play it up as like a rookie mistake. Like you won the breakout tournament, you were very excited to use this, and you failed and used it at the wrong time. Now you have to learn from this. Now you have to grow from this. Kind of tell that story, right? Like this will always be part of her career now, and she can look back on it and go, "Man, when I was a rookie, I did something really, really stupid, but I learned from it." And you can kind of see that character build and kind of see her get more tactical in the way she's doing things. So I don't hate it. I'm going to say it now. I
Okay.
didn't hate it.
Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah, didn't do it for me.
That's fair. You know which one didn't really do it for me?
I don't know which one.
The North American title match. It was okay.
Yeah, not quite the. I mean, yeah, it gives that David Goliath energy just
Yeah.
because of sheer physical size. But I mean, I think we've seen better matches from Dragon Lee, and we haven't really seen Obafemi out of the gate. I mean, this is a
Star though.
championship defense. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That I
No,
mean the way they shot his entrance and everything.
yeah.
That dude's gonna be amazing. Like and
Tony, I think
they
I think North American or NXT champion by the end of the year. I think.
I'm not. I would say earlier than the end of the year for sure. Like I could easily see him being double champion kind of thing, like they did with Keith Lee. Pour one
How
out.
do you mess up Keith Lee?
But I will say, just going through it in my head, right? Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Oba Fenme, Lyra, Tiffany, Fallon Henley, Roxanne Perez. Dude, they are set for the future. Oh my God, they are set.
Yeah,
Like everyone I just named is under 30.
yeah.
That is insane.
Future's in
That's
good hands. That's for
insane,
sure.
dude.
I mean, we
Like,
saw what Braun did in the Rumble. We saw. Oh yeah. Well, Kyle has also pointed out Lexus King.
Well, he's not under 30, Kyle. Listen to what I'm saying. No, I did forget
But
Lexus
you
King.
know,
Let's be honest.
yeah,
Let's be honest.
yeah, you didn't forget. It's. I need to see. I need to see more from him. That's just.
But like the wealth of talent that they have, like NXT truly feels like that developmental brand again. Like I think
Yeah.
NXT is officially, and we could have said this a couple months ago, but I think NXT is officially back.
Oh yeah,
And
they absolutely are.
I know you
I don't
don't,
care what
Kyle. We
Mark.
we,
Yeah,
we went over it on the main event mixer. If you want to go watch
check
that,
that out.
guys,
Yeah.
I proved that OBFME is 25. But like, that's right. Call back, pal. Overall, like I think NXT is in such good hands. I think WWE is in such good hands. Like we will be talking in 5, 10 years about these guys main eventing WrestleMania, and
Oh yeah.
I'm so happy when Cody Rhodes comes back and blocks Trick Williams from winning the Royal Rumble. He's gonna finish that story.
I'm getting really damn tired of that phrase. Um,
But no, man,
so feelings.
NXT's in a really good spot. I'm excited. Like I'm excited to watch on Tuesday because I want to see what happens, and the influx of talent that we're gonna get over the next few years is I think it's really really exciting.
Yeah, for sure. You know what else was exciting?
What's that?
Dijak and Joe Gacy.
I did like that match.
That was a fun match. I mean that felt like that was a very safe CZW type match that they're
Mm-hmm.
getting for Gacy, which was cool. I loved the toy spot on the table. Um, Dijak blinding Gacy with the duct tape is just savagery, which
Flip it.
we come to expect from Dijak, and that's another guy that I'm ready to see him break through to that main event tier for NXT. Man, I mean he needs a title run.
Maybe that's the guy for Ilya. I mean,
I
I
would
don't.
like. I mean, I'd let him run that back.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it and it's good, so why not run it back? Like you said, I mean, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, like a 2 out of 3 fall stipulation or something like that. Give it something
Yeah,
to really just yeah,
put them in a cage, man. Those two would destroy each other.
yeah. You think NXT will ever get a Hell in a Cell?
They haven't had.
Mm-mm.
I will say the Trick Mello might be the one to do it.
That would be a lot of fun. I mean, it's very much a Triple H and Shawn kind of story.
Man, I can't believe Gargano and Ciampa didn't have one.
Yeah, neither did Kevin and Sammy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's. They did start the War Games, so very happy about that.
That's true. That is
They
true.
did
We'll
start
give them
that for us.
We'll give them that. Yeah.
Did let's anything else on NXT that you had? Didn't care about the 6-person tag match. Don't care.
Yeah, that was what it was. I'm still like I have no interest in Out the Mud. I'm sorry. It just
So how about the War Dogs? They get a shot at the NXT titles. You think they're going to win those?
uh,
I could see that happening.
yeah. I mean, why not? The run with the D'Angelo family has been fine as far as the tag team division. They haven't been lighting the world on fire or anything like that.
No.
So if there was ever a time to do just a brief title change reset, maybe for somebody else that is ready in the tag team division, yeah, I think that would be fine. And this team has turned out better than I think a lot of people have anticipated. So why not ride the wave? So,
And
sure.
again, I don't think that's like a stand and deliver. That might be at a roadblock, and then they
Yeah.
face somebody at stand and deliver and lose the titles then, and then you got Braun off to greener pastures and Baron Corbin doing whatever Baron Corbin's going to do.
Yeah.
Last thing I'll touch on before we move on is the family is whack. Now, you better watch out; they will whack you. Last thing I want to touch on, and it's a comparison for Trick Williams that I heard today on. I was listening to Poison Rana, and it made me think. Right, so obviously the name is going to bring up kind of like a bad feeling, but take the name out of it, take what he did out of it, and or that take everything else out of that. Right, Trick Williams is kind of having that same career path as like a Velveteen Dream. where he has everything. It's right in front of him.
Yeah.
He's mixing it up with the big dogs in NXT,
Yeah.
and like that is a guy that has just connected so much with the crowd, like so quickly, and has
Yeah.
improved so much in the ring since we first saw him, and really putting it all together that I think he could be what Velveteen Dream was supposed to be. Maybe not as charismatic, but kind of taking that opportunity, that brass ring,
Yeah.
and really, really going for it. And I think he's going to take the opportunity that the Velveteen Dream had and replace it with a Trick Williams. How do you think about that comparison?
Yeah. I mean, I think that that would be fair. I mean, I would even argue that Trick Williams has more charisma than Velveteen Dream. There's something about because he fit in as such a natural sidekick that once he did, become the main character of sorts, it was not hard to see why people would be enamored with him. I mean, that pop for him in Miami before the
Crazy.
Rumble was unreal. That's an NXT guy getting a reaction like that.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see that at the Rumble really for Tiffany or for Roxanne, not even Mello. I mean, he got a good
Mm-hmm.
reception, but it wasn't quite anything like what Trick got. And yeah, you guys strike while the iron's hot here. Hopefully he does have a run with the NXT title as they kind of figure out what's next for him. He really doesn't need to make a move to the main roster right
Mm-hmm.
away. I mean, if he wants to dominate NXT for a while, that's perfectly fine. He's got all the tools in the world to do it.
Yeah, like give me at this time next year. I'm hoping that it's like Obafemi and Trick Williams going head to head for that title.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Like as Trick Williams' swan song and ushering in the Obafemi era.
Okay, I can see
I'd
that.
be
I
cool with
like
that.
that. Yeah.
Anything else from this weekend you want to touch upon?
No, not really. Bailey makes her choice. WrestleMania.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
fantastic story. The fact that she has heard all that they've been saying about her, and she's basically playing the crafty veteran and knew her surroundings. Perfect story for her.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved the whole segment. Um, yeah, when she spoke Japanese, that was awesome. That was just a nice thing to play in there. Dakota Kai wasn't there, so we still have that story to tell. Like, whose side is she going to be
Hmm.
on? So that'll be an interesting aspect to this story. But yeah, I'm all in. Bailey and Io. I don't think they're going to main event night one, but they have an argument for it.
Yeah, I mean this will very much be a marquee match. I mean they're
Oh
going
yeah,
to this is going
first
to be a
match
great
announced.
match. Yeah, yeah. So I'm here for it. I'm ready. And we'll kind of see how this plays out with Dakota and this babyface run. Also, Paramore for Mania. Hashtag get that going.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
So Bailey wants the band Paramore to play her to the ring at Mania.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, did you see what Adam Pearce announced on Instagram today?
Other than a bull rope match between Cody and Shinsuke.
He announced that, and that we will have an elimination chamber for the number one contendership for Rhea's title.
Okay. Okay.
He didn't. I don't think he announced the participants, but he did announce that one of the chambers. He didn't say one of the chambers. I'm assuming it's going to be one of the chambers. I think they'll
Yeah.
have multiple, but that a chamber match to determine the number one contender is happening in Perth.
Yeah.
So,
I can see
does
that.
Rhea defend in Perth?
I think. I mean, I think it would be safe to say that she does. I mean, you don't go to Australia and not have Rhea Ripley on the card. I mean, that's just.
Naya,
Yeah.
or we think?
Yeah, probably. I think that if there is a chamber, that Becky wins it, and that's how you get to them. But Rhea needs something on the road to WrestleMania, and I mean, this is a tough test, and if she can get through Nia, she can definitely stand toe to toe with Becky.
All right. I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it. I let
You
you
asked my
have it. I
opinion.
didn't say anything.
Asked my opinion.
I didn't say anything.
Also, Gunther will be celebrating 600 days as Intercontinental Champion, so I would imagine that his WrestleMania story begins tonight as well.
I'm interested to see where they go with that.
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes finishing the story.
Chad Gable finishing the story.
I don't think it's gonna be Chad Gable.
Can't blame a brother for trying. Anyway, anything else?
I know. I hope it's Big E.
Don't get me excited. No, 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 no. I refuse to let myself get excited for that. No, no. It's cute, but no.
Cute. Don't call me
Yes.
cute.
I didn't say that you were
You're,
cute. I said that what you said was cute. Don't
I'm,
get it
I'm out of
twisted,
your
brother.
league, pal. Sorry. You see my
Sorry
wife?
though.
Have you seen my hot wife? You're out of my league.
Pleasure as always, Choops. Anything else?
I love your shirt. Glad we talked
Thank
about
you.
AEW today. Collision.
Yeah, collision. But anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out this episode of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Make sure to like, make sure to share, make sure to subscribe, do all that good stuff. One person, if you know one person that would enjoy this show, send it to them, let them check it out for themselves. We will be back tomorrow. We will actually talk some AEW
We
because
won't be back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Tully and Johnny will be here. They will talk AEW.
They love
We'll make sure
AEW.
We'll make sure to send them a letter since Johnny likes to do that apparently now. Whatever.
Certified letter.
Anyway. Pleasure to see you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow night. At least Tully and Johnny will. As always, thanks for watching the Wrestling Junkies podcast, and we'll talk to you guys soon.